Wilson A. Salter voluntarily joined the 1st Canadian Army as lieutenant in the Royal Canadian Engineers, the 5th Armoured Division, and he reported to Camp Borden, Ontario in 1940. And in 1941, he was assigned to the Royal Canadian Engineers GSO-2 General Staff Order Camouflage Unit. Soon after reporting to the 1st Canadian Army Headquarters, he was promoted to Major. It is indeed an honor and a pleasure to introduce you to our father, Major W.A. Wilson Salter, GSO-2, Camouflage RCE, 1st Canadian Army. And as well as being a graduate architect, Wilson was an artist. His camouflage illustration capacity and attention to detail soon became known to the Allied Armies. Our Major was seconded to the British Army for almost 2 years in 42 and 43 for a top-secret camouflage assignment that was called Operation PLUTO, pipelined under the ocean. It was known that Hitler's greatest issues in the Central Europe theater were a lack of fuel. The Allied forces knew that they needed to design and lay the first underwater pipeline between England and France. The line was needed. It was to be designed and tested. The pumping facilities needed to be camouflaged. The line was to extend from the Isle of Wight to Calais, France. This top-secret operation was known as Operation PLUTO, pipeline under the ocean. And Operation PLUTO was the first of 2 top-secret assignments the Major was to get during the war. Along with H. Roberts and J. Benedict, the Major directed the camouflaging of a village pump house in southern England. The line was intended to provide the needed fuel to the Allies upon their arrival on D-Day. And Dad said that his work was overflown by the RAF during the day and by the Luftwaffe at night trying to find his facility. It was a 24-hour camouflage effort, he said. And the pipeline was tested in the Firth of Forth, Scotland, and finally laid in 8 hours of darkness, and D-Day, June 6, 1944, was underway. His journal records that he arrived plus 10, being June 16th, 1944, and transcript from his journal says, D-10 forces arrived at Seine Bay at 21:30 hours on June 16th, 1944. Saturday, 17 June, 100 hours, air raid sirens, guns manned, I get up, tracers everywhere, heavy smoke screen, dry beach in front, and I collect some sand for Kate, 1st Canadian off. Kate was later known to us as Mum, Kathleen, K, Chum. And upon arrival, the Major's new assignment with Captain James Secord and Sergeant William Duff was to design and oversee the construction to camouflage the 1st Canadian Army headquarters at Ambly, France. And following are records from the war journal he brought home with images of top-secret Canadian headquarter layout and facilities at Ambly. So here are some of his journal sketches, and the handwritten entries were on the reverse side. The Church of Ambly, nous sommes arrivés. We have arrived. Assembly area, 0900 hours, 17th of June, 44. And Le Chateau Ambly has survived the war and stands still today in its grandeur. And with the help of Google Earth, we located his sketch position for the quartermaster stores in Ambly. He did this sketch on June the 20th, 1944. Lunch from the compo pack, and very good too. I roamed the village looking for some vin ordinaire, ou calvados, ou cider, mais il n'y a rien. I show Monsieur Valoria the sketch of his farm, and he is very pleased. La ferme de Monsieur Valoria, des œufs et du lait. The farm of Mr. Valoria, eggs and milk. Sunday, after lunch, A sector. Pelham returns with some German canned heat, a souvenir from the radar station that was captured yesterday. I visited the grave of Sapper Cairns, killed probably while lifting mines. It's 9 p.m. Sporadic gunfire and a good sky for Jerry. The Spits will soon be going home. Sapper Cairns, A, 4470491, aged 22 years, killed in action, the 8th of June, 1944, near Ambley. AA activity, like Christmas trees with tracers in the clear night sky. Something comes whining, much too close. I fall flat. Terrific bang. Everything okay? To bed with guns rumbling until 4 a.m.
And when my pack seems more than I can hold, my love for you
La Tombe, the tomb, an air attack, 22nd of June.
my pack is light. It's you, Lily, my
Our swimming hole.
it's you, Lily, my
Sunday, 2nd of July, 44, warm and slight rain, up bright and early, feeling very spunky, egg and sausage for breakfast, church service in the nearby orchard, and a job at 10 hours for the GI Ops. Finished by 1 p.m., missed the plane.
my pack is light.
Car park nearly completed. I still need 4 nets.
Lily, it's you.
Major Wilson Adams Salter, Bachelor of Architecture, Fellow of the Royal Architectural Institute of Canada, member of the British Empire, is resting with his fellow soldiers in the Beechwood Cemetery in Ottawa, Canada. And that was in May of 1995, and en route to the cemetery, I was sitting in the front seat with the limousine driver. It wasn't a hearse, it was a limousine because we had a Cairn. And, you know, it was strange because no one stopped for us, and we had to stop for all the stoplights. And I asked the driver, I said, why is no one stopping? And he says, look, Tom, you're in Ottawa. Dignitaries are driving around all the time. They have no idea who it is. And I thought and smiled, Dad would love this. His friggin' trip to the cemetery was camouflaged. All sketches, notes, and plans from the personal World War II records of the Major. Soundtracks used, Colonel Boogie March. A Pittance of Time, Terry Kelly. Lily Marlene, English version, Marlene Dietrich. O Canada, instrumental. And silent portions in Remembrance.